Hey everybody, welcome to another great conversation here at Checkpoint on Campus. Your host Norris Howard here, and I'm joined by a guy who I seen destroy my Detroit Lions many times, many times. Ahman Green, also now the head coach of the Lakeland University Esports team. A awesome transition, and now we have an NFL great amongst our midst. Ahman, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you, Norris. But I'm gonna say thank you to your crew and yourself because I started a podcast a couple of years. It wasn't a podcast then. It was just a little show on Twitch, a little show on YouTube, gaming once a week or talking once a week about video game world and pop culture that's connected to the video game world, like anime and movies and comic books. And so thank you because you inspired me to do what I'm doing now. I got my podcast. It's the Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge podcast. We air it on iHeart Radio. It's recorded on Wednesdays. It goes live on Fridays, and also we run live on Twitch during the recording tomorrow afternoon. So we'll be on live tomorrow. We have a guest tomorrow. Is Jory Franchise, is a gamer / sneakerhead, pop culture icon on the East Coast there. Radio DJ. He does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so Joey Franchise, if I'm not mistaken, is a member of our family here at Beasley Media Group as well. So look at this.
Oh, okay.
Look at the cross promotion all over the place.
Yeah, I love it.
But obviously we brought you on the show to talk esports. You've made a transition in your post career now into esports, and for those who don't know, you played many years for the Green Bay Packers. You're a Green Bay Hall of Famer, all pro and all that, awesome career in the NFL. But what made you decide to look at Lakeland University and college esports in particular as a way to get involved with gaming and with esports?
Well, they were looking at me, but looking for a coach in general. So I was already doing my thing. Like I said, I was doing a Twitch show talking about this, a small Twitch show once a week. I'm streaming on my own channel for now 5 years, since 2016. And I got, intertwined in the ecosystem of video game competition, esports competition by being a shoutcaster. I remember my first shoutcasting event was out in New York City at the Microsoft store in the Microsoft studio with Alex Mendez and Blaze of the Gears of War tournament. Then like 2 weeks later, it was a Madden tournament, and then a part of a Halo tournament with E United. That was the team there competing. So people by that time, was catching me as, former player, but then shoutcaster, game enthusiast. And then so when Lakeland came around was basically almost, I say a little bit over a year ago now, November of 2019, a friend of mine who we go to this local restaurant here in the Wisconsin, Green Bay area. I still live in Northeast Wisconsin, and it's called Brick House Burgers. We go there and geek out together. We go talk comic books. We go talk video games. We have a good burger. We have a good beer. We hang out and just socialize. And so he was a former student and a former teacher of Lakeland University. And at one of our hangout nights, geeking out, he's like, "Ahman, I got the perfect job for you." And I'm like, I know two things. It's got to do with either football or video games. That's what I said to him. And he said, you're right. You're right. It is it. So Lakeland University had basically put in the future plans of bringing the esports program to their campus. They had an esports club that was meeting once a month, and a few of their students, along with the faculty member that was running that club, brought it to the administrators, to the school president, the director of finance, the director of marketing, all the big heads, and said to them, "Hey, we want to bring this this program to the school. This is happening all over the United States. This is happening all over the world, this esports thing." And so they explained it to him, and just they called him with, they gave him the right information. They woke their ears up and popped their eyebrows up. All was like, wow. And they showed them the right information to get them to start building out a budget, of basically buying the gaming equipment, the furniture, having the space, but then also having money aside to pay the faculty member as eventually myself, the head coach, having money for graduate assistant coaches, having the money for student employees to help, run the program, the day-to-day stuff. So that was the biggest, I'll say, step they took. And then and then my friend, I said, look, give me email, give me name, phone number, I'll give you my resume, and then that was pretty much it. That
Awesome.
was it from there. And I got hired officially was February 17th, 2020.
Awesome. So now, almost a year into the gig, looking at the current collegiate esports ecosystem and space right now, you guys do participate in nascent in a number of games. You play League, you play Rocket League, Overwatch, a ton of games. What has sort of your expertise as a professional traditional athlete, how many of those skills pour over into the esports world? Because we get a lot of questions about, so many athletes are now getting involved in the gaming world, not just from the investment standpoint, but, such as yourself getting involved in coaching and mentorship. Do you think that there's sort of a natural parallel there?
Yes, it's a natural parallel, and it starts with competition. It's the competition side of it is where, what we feel when we're strapping on the helmet, putting our basketball shoes on, getting our baseball bat and glove, as traditional athletes. It's same when you log on into that Riot account for League, or that Activision account for Call of Duty, or that you turn on an Xbox or PlayStation for Madden and FIFA, that you getting amped up. You're like, all right, I'm about to go into a game, but then it's that same mindset. It's that same preparation going into turning on that console or that computer, because it's practice, it's film coverage, it's taking notes, it's basically dealing with the situation. Because like prime example, Monday, our last week Monday, February 1st was our first official game of Call of Duty in the College COD League.
Awesome.
And my players have been practicing literally since August. But because Call of Duty don't have a spring league because the game comes out in November, or a fall league because the game comes out in November, and my players have been playing, and I was able to find the best players to go on one team, and then the other team is created. And from those players, it was interesting seeing the anxiety and the nervousness come out of them in that first game, because they were so excited. This is their first game, but then they had the pregame jitters. They were not the players that they were because of the situation. Oh, it's the first game. We got to show who we are, and it went. I'll just say that. But that's where I come as a coach.
Right.
I lead. I get in front of that ship and say, all right, this is what happened. Yeah, you were nervous. That's fine. That is normal. Most athletes go through that, but this is how you work through that nervousness. This is how you work through that anxiety. Showing them things that I had to get past as a young player in college, in pros, to make sure I could be that player. That's the reason why they drafted me. That's the reason why I was able to sign a scholarship to the University of Nebraska, because you work beyond that nervousness to be the player that you can be, and the player that you are.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's really important, especially bringing that expertise to the college realm, where a lot of coaches are also students themselves. I think there is something to be said to bringing in folks who have had experience and success at a professional sports level. Now, I want to kind of get into a couple specifics about games that you guys play, because you're a former NFL player. You guys got to be playing Madden, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
We're definitely doing that. Definitely playing Madden. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and one thing I definitely wanted to ask is that, with the announcement that the college football game will be coming out in the near future from EA, is that something you guys are also looking into? Because I can't imagine that there wouldn't be a big esports push behind that as well.
Oh, for sure. My players already are like, I can't wait, because they played that along with Madden. So they're excited about it. So we just got to wait and see, if it's going to be fall of this year or fall of 2022. But my Madden players, they're going to be ready to go for it, because they played it back when they were obviously in middle school or high school before they got here at Lakeland.
Right. And so, my producers like to mess with me, and they would be remiss if I didn't ask you this question. Is that we know you love playing Halo 5. We know you're a big Halo fan. I can't stand Halo, so they always tell me, Norris, you always talking about Halo is gas. This gas. Call of Duty's better. Halo, how do you still play this game, man?
You know why? It's just a thing, because that was the first shooter I got good at. I played GoldenEye. I played the first Halo, the second Halo, Halo 3. It wasn't until Halo 3 where I got good.
Got it.
And so that's a good 6-7 year span from GoldenEye to Halo 3. That was 2007. I was a Houston Texan, and between not having a good year physically and mentally, but then I got put on IR. So then I had time on my hands, and that time, trust me, that time was spent not only rehabbing but getting better at Halo, because my teammates, being teammates, they're gonna give you a hard time. They love you, but they rough you up. And so I was target. My nickname was TP, target practice. And I'm like, I took that on the chin. I'm like, okay. They're like, oh, AG in the game, target practice, free kills. We can get kills all day with him. I'm like, I got Matt Shaw, Mario Williams, Andre Johnson, these guys, Kevin Walters, just fragging me out, throwing grenades my way, and I can't dodge them, But hey, that got me to get better. You know what? I got better. I'm tired of hearing these guys in my ear. I'm gonna get them. And then it wasn't until the next season, so 2008, when I came around, got better, because I put the off-season time in a game to make sure when I got in that locker room that in our gamer lounge that we have at the stadium there, that most NFL teams do have, and I started putting up KDA that I was positive 15. They like, wait a minute, you cheating? What controller you got? What you been doing? I'm like, look, don't worry about me. You worry about yourself.
Yeah. So, and the last thing I want to ask about you is one of the more unexpected stories that came out about you and about esports in general, is that 4 models of high fashion fame has gotten involved in esports, which in and of itself is not terribly shocking. But we hear now that you have joined forces with 4 models. So does that mean we see Ahman Green on the runway in the Lakeland fits, done by some of the finest ateliers of the world? Is that the future here?
Potentially. I'm not scared of doing any of that. I stream. You know how streamers are. We're the group of people that do almost anything on camera. And that one's not bad. Just putting on some nice gear, walking the runway, I'm gonna turn right and left. I'm not gonna be like Zoolander where I can only turn left. I'm gonna be able to turn both ways. So but yeah, it's been they reached out to me at the start of the year, and it's just been a conversation after conversation. And once I read up on them and who they were, or who was already on their team, like looking at Aerial Powers and Joey Franchise and Emulette that plays CSGO, one of the first, best female gamers out there. That's like, man, this is a team. This is a company that sees what's going on in the world. They know that esports is on the rise. It's been on the rise for a long time, at least a decade long, but been around longer. And it's just now big business is called attention to it and understanding how they, how esports and video games fit into the equation of entertainment, of making money, and just being something part of I say our culture now in the world.
Awesome. So Ahman Green has joined us on the show today of Lakeland University. It's crazy. You are of Lakeland University. That's the right now. We're not dealing with the other stuff from the past. Esports head coach. And if anybody wants to, get in touch with you or Lakeland University, where can anybody find any more information about you and the program?
Well, yeah, about the program, I said we're all over social media. So I say we're at Instagram, we're on Twitter. We're at Muskies Esports on Twitter. We have at Lakeland Esports on Instagram, and myself personally, Ahman Green 30 on Instagram and Twitter. Our Twitch channel, Lakeland University _esports. My channel, Ahman Green TV, and soon to be Ahman Green Gamers Lounge. We turning that podcast into a live stream show as well. So find me on there. Find Lakeland University on Twitch as well, on Instagram and Twitter. That's where we are once a week, and that's where I'm at once a week. Doing a little coach's corner when we get a good bandwidth in here once a week or every now and then too, for give everybody updates on the program, see how the teams are playing, the updates for the week, and anything new coming down the line.
Awesome. Ahman Green, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and we wish you and Lakeland all of the good luck in the upcoming season.
Appreciate it, Norris. Thanks for having me.